The Whispers of PeekMe, a Pine Creek horror. Pine Creek, Oregon hadn't always been a place of whispered warnings and locked doors. Once it was a thriving logging town where the biggest worry was the occasional bear wandering too close to the suburbs. That all changed in the winter of 1987, when 12 students from Blackwood High vanished without a trace. The official story blamed it on a severe snowstorm, but the old-timers know better. That was when PeekMe first came to Pine Creek. The beginning. The Blackwood High School building still stands at the edge of the forest, its windows dark and walls covered in creeping ivy. After the incident, they built a new school deeper in town, leaving this one to rot. Local teens used to break in on dares until Sarah Miller's infamous live stream changed everything. It was October 12th, 2023. Sarah and her friends were doing a haunted places exploration series for their TikTok channel. The stream started normally, just teenagers joking around in dark hallways. At 37:14, everything changed. Their phones caught something in the background, a figure that seemed to defy physics. It moved like a glitch in reality, its limbs bending backwards as it crawled across the ceiling. Sarah's scream cut through the feed before it went dead. The video went viral, reaching 2.3 million views in 6 hours before mysteriously disappearing from all platforms. People who downloaded it reported their files becoming corrupted, showing only static and occasional frames of what looked like children's faces in the darkness. The entity. Those who've survived encounters with PeekMe describe it consistently. Though many end up in therapy afterward, the entity stands somewhere between 7 and 9 feet tall, though its height seems to fluctuate. Its body is like living shadow, with limbs that can stretch and contort impossibly. Where a face should be, there's only swirling black mist with 2 glowing points of red light. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a paranormal researcher who visited Pine Creek in 2024, recorded temperature drops of over 50 degrees Fahrenheit during possible PeekMe manifestations. Her equipment detected electromagnetic readings off the charts before mysteriously malfunctioning. In her report, later classified by unknown authorities, she described PeekMe as a tear in reality itself, something that exists between dimensions. The pattern. Every disappearance follows a similar sequence. 1. The lights. Victims report seeing strange, pale blue lights floating between trees or in empty hallways. These lights move in hypnotic patterns, described as beautiful but wrong, like a lullaby played backwards. 2. The voices. PeekMe mimics the voices of loved ones with perfect accuracy. Many victims report hearing their friends or family calling for help. Parents have heard their children's voices coming from the woods at night, even when their kids are safely in bed. The cold. A supernatural chill that freezes water instantly and leaves frost patterns on windows, even in summer. These patterns often form into strange symbols that local folklore expert James Chen believes are older than human civilization. 4. The shadows. Just before someone vanishes, witnesses report seeing child-sized shadows dancing in their peripheral vision. These shadows always seem to be following a taller, more sinister figure. The investigation officer Jenny Martinez's dashcam footage became the first official evidence of PeekMe's existence. The recording, dated November 3, 2023, shows a 3-minute encounter on Old Mill Road. The figure appears at 2:13 a.m., standing motionless in the road. Around it, several smaller shadows move in an unnatural dance. The temperature gauge in Martinez's car drops from 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 15 degrees Fahrenheit in 17 seconds. When Martinez stepped out of her car, the dashcam picked up a sound that audio experts are still trying to analyze. a mixture of static, children's laughter, and what some describe as the sound of reality tearing. Martinez was found 2 hours later, huddled in her car, repeatedly whispering, "They're all still dancing. They're all still dancing." The school Blackwood High holds its own secrets. After the 1987 incident, construction workers reporting strange phenomena tried to demolish the building. Every piece of equipment mysteriously malfunctioned. 3 bulldozers were found turned upside down, their metal somehow twisted into spiral patterns. The school's basement holds the old swimming pool, now empty except for shadows that seem too dark and move against the light. Former janitor Frank Wilson, now in Pine Valley Psychiatric Facility, swears he once saw dozens of children swimming in the empty pool, their eyes glowing like pale fireflies. The present Pine Creek has changed. The town installed bright LED streetlights that seem to burn out whenever PeekMe is active. The sheriff's missing persons board has had to be expanded twice. Each case file contains similar evidence: patches of inexplicably frozen ground, strange symbols carved into trees, and cell phone recordings of impossible voices. Local parents enforce strict rules. Never go out after sunset. Don't answer if you hear someone calling your name, even if it sounds like family. Don't look directly at strange lights. Never, ever follow the sound of children laughing in the woods, but sometimes rules aren't enough. Last week, high school junior Mike Chen went missing after basketball practice. His phone was found at the edge of the woods playing a video of his little sister calling for help, except his sister had been away at college all semester. The truth? Some theorize PeekMe is an ancient entity that lived in these woods long before Pine Creek existed. Others believe it's something from another dimension that found a weak spot in reality near the old school. Local Native American elder Sarah Blackhawk suggests it might be a spirit guardian corrupted by human interference, now collecting souls for some unknown purpose. The only certainty is that PeekMe is still out there. On cold nights, people see those pale lights dancing between trees. Children wake up screaming about a tall shadow watching through their windows. And sometimes, in the halls of the abandoned Blackwood High, security cameras catch glimpses of impossible things, a figure that stretches and twists, surrounded by smaller shadows that might once have been human. If you're ever in Pine Creek and you feel that unnatural chill, if your phone starts playing voices it shouldn't know, if you see lights that move with terrible purpose, don't stop. Don't look back. Just run. Because PeekMe isn't just a story parents tell to scare their children. It's watching, waiting, and collecting. And no one who's joined its eternal dance has ever returned to tell what lies in the shadows between worlds.